Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Platinum Achievements. As always, I'm Ray, co-hosted by my boy, Gary.
Hey. How's it going, everybody?
Let me pause my game, actually. How is it going, everyone? So it's been, let's see. In viewer time, it's been a week. But I think since the last time we recorded, it's actually been like 5 weeks. Because I was just so bad at getting it done. But the way I look at it is that was our pilot episode, and you always do the pilot episode way in advance, and we just got picked up for a full season. So here we go. Thirsty.
In more than one way.
What was that? What'd you say? What'd you say about me?
Said in more than one way.
Oh yeah, always. My wife said no, she's tired tonight. So,
or she has a headache, or both.
Oh, it's always one or the other or both, you know.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, we were up at like 4:30 this morning.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Oh, Gary, come on. My little junior mint Samuel. We were just talking about this before recording, but he had some trouble getting to sleep last night. He was afraid. He's finally at the stage where he feels fear, but not from jumping off of things, but just from things, just general things scaring him. We took him to Spirit Halloween.
How'd that go?
Oh well, clearly not great because he was afraid. He was so skittish the whole time there, which is new for us. It's new for us because we've taken him there the last 2 years. Last year he was a little afraid, and the year before that he was just a little dumb baby boy, so he didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and now he's finally getting to the point where he's understanding things, and he's like, "Oh God, that's scary."
Oh yeah, he's like, "Oh, that skeleton's gonna get me in my crib or my bed or whatever he decides to sleep in." So. But let us get to. Let me pull up the show notes. All right, let's get to our trophies and achievements. See where we're at. Pull up my area. I don't know if this is accurate. No, it is. Cool. Wow, this thing updates so quick. Yeah. Area X updates so quick. My gosh. All right, Gary, you can go first.
All right, so starting with trophies, since that's kind of what I always prioritize. I'm currently sitting at 84.06 completion with 183 platinums. Since the last episode, I got the Fallout Shelter plat, which I highly do not recommend.
Okay.
The Mecharama plat, which was quick and easy. And I'm one trophy away from the Fallout New Vegas plat because of the Survivor Challenger, and then been doing Cuphead DLC for on the Xbox side of things. Sitting at 1 sec here. Total of 223,751 gamer score. I still hate that one at the end. I'm gonna have to find something to fix that with.
Oh shit! I got a hole in my underwear.
You got a what?
I got a hole in my underwear.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
The only thing I've played on that recently, I actually started the second Hellblade, Senua's Saga. Put about 2 hours in last night. Really digging it. It's kind of just more of the first one, in a different setting, which I'm digging because it's adds more variety. It's just as intense with headphones on. Yeah. So
I can't wait to finally start that one.
Yeah, you've done the first one, right?
Oh yeah, I did the first one on PlayStation when it was an exclusive way back in the day, and then
You mean Xbox?
No, on PlayStation.
Was it on Xbox first?
No, it wasn't. It was like I don't know if it was timed, but I guess it would have been. It was a timed exclusive for a little bit, and then
for some reason I thought it was the other way around.
And then I think I forget the order it went. Either Microsoft then bought the team and then it released on Xbox, or it released on Xbox and then they bought the team.
I see. Okay.
Yes. So I've done it twice, and I plan to do it on. I started on my laptop, but my laptop doesn't run super well because the PC The PC build is it's a different SKU, so it's a different achievement list. So
Mhm.
I will get to it eventually, but it's a little bit of a deterrent because it stutters a little bit and it's just not a great laptop for that kind of
Mhm.
stuff.
Can't you do the Xbox Play Anywhere version? Isn't or is that considered the Xbox version?
Um, like through my phone,
Through your phone or even your laptop. I
like
mean, it
cloud.
might even run. Yeah, the
I'm
cloud.
not
It actually runs
sure.
really well.
I think it might be. I'm not well versed enough in that. I think the Play Anywhere version is just the Xbox version, and then there's like a Windows Store version. I
Mhm.
think is how it works.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, not to side tangent, just for like 2 seconds, but
Go
I
on.
don't know if you tried that, but it works actually surprisingly well. I have a Steam Deck, and I tried using the Xbox Play Anywhere thing on Game Pass, and I tried like Gears of War 3. I tried a couple other games, and it's smooth as butter. Like it actually works really well.
Through cloud gaming or through Play Anywhere.
It's I mean it's basically the same thing, the Play
Yeah,
Anywhere thing,
I think I
but
did. I
cloud.
think I
Yeah.
did Gears 3. Like, I think that was one of the first games I tried cloud gaming with, and it worked. It worked for the most part, but I was also in a workplace environment room that was like super uh in the center of the building. So
Yeah, I get it.
yeah.
Probably not the greatest Wi-Fi and
No, not
everything
the.
too.
Oh, I didn't even go on the Wi-Fi. I just used the.
Oh,
Yeah, because I mean, I'm not going on the Wi-Fi for a yob. Just totally tore my underwear in half right there. I don't know if you
cute.
heard it.
I did not.
Oh well, now you know.
hmm
Um,
I love that mental image.
absolutely, it's fantastic. The
hmm
shorts are still on. There was just a hole, and then it was shockingly big. And I don't know when the hole started. I don't know if because I've been wearing these underwears all day, and I don't know if I wore it to work, and then
hmm
it just I think they're old underwear too. They got to be old.
Stuff just happens.
Now, the key question is, do I keep them until my wife makes a comment, or do I
Uh,
just get rid of them?
do you think she'll ever make a comment?
I think she'd make a comment if I threw it in the wash and then she decided to fold it, and she's like, like there's just no underwear left at this point. I'll be like, yeah, maybe.
Just tell her those are your OnlyFans underwear.
Oh yeah, it's how I pay the rent. I don't actually go to a job.
Yeah, we all have at least a side hustle. That might even be your main hustle. I don't know.
I got a little bit of a cold.
Ooh.
And the other side of children's fantastic. All
hmm
right, so now I will go over mine. Let's start with. Well, you did the trophies first, so I'll start with achievements first. Currently sitting at 716,160. The highlights from this past week, or I guess couple weeks, made some progress in Redfall. I made I recompleted Human Fall Flat. That was fun.
Nice, nice.
What else? I started and am almost done with Risk on the 360. I like the Risk games. It's pretty good. The one from Ubisoft. Very
hmm
easy completion, especially if you have a boosting buddy.
I don't even know if I've ever played Risk. I feel like the last time I actually played it was like when I was a kid.
Oh, Risk is a fun game. It's a long game if you play it right, but
I remember like the little plastic figures that came with the actual board game.
I
That's
have.
like the only thing I remember.
Yeah, it's not on my bookshelf right now, but I've got in a storage bin. I've got. Oof, I know I had to buy it secondhand. The complete trilogy Lord of the Rings version,
hmm
which is
Oh, that's cool.
so good. Such a great board game. There's two versions of that actually. They did one with the two towers, where it only goes down to like. I think it only goes down to maybe Gondor. You like Lord of the
hmm
Rings?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not lost. Okay, so I think it goes down to Gondor, but with the
Lord of the Who?
well, Gollum, Frodo. What? So yeah, it goes down to. I think it goes down to Gondor in the Two Towers version. But then if you get the trilogy one, it goes like way deep down into like the south area. So it's a
hmm
much bigger map. Real
Gotcha.
good,
Oh,
real good. My buddy had it when I was younger, and I've always been jealous of it. And then now that I had big boy money, I bought it. And I think it was like brand new.
Isn't Risk kind of like Monopoly, where they have like a ton of different versions of it, like based on like actual like intellectual properties? Like,
So I don't think it's as disgustingly overexploited as Monopoly, but there are loads of maps. Like the other one that I have is I have the Game of Thrones Risk as well. So
nice. Okay.
super cool.
Mhm.
And then, but yeah, the Risk video game from Ubisoft, super easy achievements. The only tough ones really are basically winning. You have to win 12, but you have to complete 24 ranked matches. But if you have a boosting buddy and the game's dead now, you can get that done no problems.
Nice.
Pretty easy.
Okay.
That's all I got left. My one buddy hasn't really been in the mood for Risk yet, so we held off on that. Excuse me. Redfall, I'm chipping away at it. Still enjoying the game. Not a great game, but still an okay game. Then I started
It's like one of those nice 6 out of 10s that you enjoy.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
I've had plenty of those over the years.
Yeah, and I mean I'm playing on easy peasy mode with the infinite ammo on, so I'm just kind of breezing through it, just as like a kind of like a junk food game. Like you just pick it up, you play it every now and then. It's not like super challenging. It could be if you wanted, but
yeah,
I'm at the only problem with it is like there's a lot of missable achievements. So, and I'm in the second half of the game, so if I miss them, which I already did one, I'm gonna have to replay the game and get back to the second area, which isn't a huge problem, but
is it pretty linear?
Yeah, I mean it's go start this mission, complete the mission, here's your next mission.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's not a hard game at all.
It's something I want to try at some point since it's on Game Pass anyways,
Yo, baby boy, if you want to play it, you hop on there, we'll play together. I got 3 other games to shout out on the Xbox side. I started because I wanted to play games with Sammy around. Started a game called Hoa, which I told you about, and I'll talk about later with my recommendations. Gorgeous game. It is essentially a very simple, very short Studio Ghibli platformer. Like that's the best way to sell it, I guess.
You had me at Studio Ghibli.
Then I started Vampire Survivors. I bought it for $4. It's fun. It's
what made you decide to get it on Xbox?
Just the what did make me decide to get an Xbox? I think honestly it was just because one, Game Pass gives it a slight discount, so I think normally it's $5, but then on Xbox it'd be $4.
Ooh.
Yeah, big saving, big spender.
I know, right?
And then well, I mean, on top of that, because it's on Game Pass, I can use it to sort of tick away at the Xbox rewards. And, Xbox is just kind of my default console.
Yeah.
So. And then the last thing I'll bring up, which I was actually banging out before you hopped on, Dead Rising 2 off the record, the Xbox One version, because I already did the 360 version. I'm almost done with the game. Me and one of my buddies, and I think actually it'll be the footage on screen. I recorded like an hour and a half of gameplay. We completed the last of our co-op challenges. So, fantastic.
Nice.
All that's left
How difficult is that game?
If I had to give it a difficulty...
like a 5?
No, I'd honestly probably give it... I would... Okay, so 5 would be the high end of the range, but I would give it a 3. If you play it a certain way, which I'll dive into after I finish going over my achievements, or my trophies. Okay. But yeah, all that's left is I think I need a little less than 20,000 more kills. So, and then on the PlayStation side, I think last time that we spoke, I talked about completing Bully. I did complete, or not complete. I made some decent progress in Human Fall Flat, and unfortunately, my team did not make the cut and we lost the second round of the Survivor Challenge we've been playing. Gary's still in it, but my team lost, and out of the goodness of my heart, I threw myself upon the pyre for sacrifice, which I'm sure we'll get into that in a little bit, but yeah. And then I started Astrobot, as you saw with last week's gameplay. Astrobot is phenomenal. I haven't really played too much of it. I've been kind of distracted and focused. I've been really kind of laser focused on this Dead Rising, getting it done. And also, I started the PlayStation Plus game Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Also, I just realized I forgot to say, I'm at 114 platinum, 761 golds, 1007 silver, 2367 bronze. But Harry Potter Quidditch Champions, Gary, let me tell you, have you started it yet?
No, I haven't. I already have so many games going right now.
It's weird because I thought one of the reasons I started it was because I thought it said that you had started playing it.
No.
On PlayStation.
A few other guys were. I know Skrillus finished it, and then
did he finish it?
Yeah, he finished it in like a few days.
Damn, that's impressive because the last thing I really have is the two grinding ones, the level up to level 50, and I think I'm at 30 something, and I have like 60 something matches left to win. Which
would you recommend it to somebody who doesn't really care about Harry Potter at all?
Well, snifflies. If you have PlayStation Plus, yes, it's a very fun sports game, more or less.
Well, what would you kind of compare it to? Like the closest thing?
Honestly, the closest thing I would probably compare it to is like Rocket League.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like that was the first thing that came to mind when I was waiting for you to explain it.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's the Quidditch game. They have made a few changes. So do you like Harry Potter, Gary, at all, or no?
Honestly, not really. I was into Harry Potter like 10, 12 years ago, and then I kind of just fell off.
Well, I mean, we all did, because, I mean, they stopped making movies. And they stopped making good movies. Which I haven't... That's the only movie that The last one, was it Secrets of Dumbledore? Spoilers, the secret is that he's gay. I think...
I didn't think that was a secret.
I mean, different times.
I guess, yeah.
I think that's the only movie I walked out of, and not because I wasn't interested in it, but because I think Amanda was like pretty far along pregnancy-wise, and she was just like, I can't sit through this. So
that makes sense. Yeah,
I think we got to the part where I don't remember exactly. For some reason, the bad guy Grindelwald was just absolved of his crimes, and I think he's running for president or some shit. Like I have no idea. But
things they come up with.
I'm probably gonna buy the Blu-ray. I think it's like $10, just because I want to watch it. Mainly because Mads Mikkelsen now plays Grindelwald, and I love Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah, he's pretty damn solid.
But yeah, so yeah, Harry Potter Quidditch Champions. Yeah, I would equate to like a Rocket League. Like it's the Quidditch game. They had to change a couple rules, I think. Like for one, when you catch the snitch, it doesn't end the game, and you don't get 150 points. You get 30 points, and the snitch can respawn. So you just keep those are just like your bigger points. Which at first I was like, oh, you're changing the rules of the game. You can't do that. But then, like playing it, it's like, oh, this makes complete sense why they did it. It's a very fun game, and not a hard completion.
Maybe once I clear another couple games from the current list of games I'm working on, I'll start it.
And then, honestly, I don't know if I'll do it this year. I'm doing the PS5 version now. I'll probably do the PS4 version next year. Like is
it crossplay?
Maybe. I don't really know how that works on PlayStation. Are they usually?
I think a lot of times PS4 and PS5 are crossplay. Yeah,
we can give it a shot at some point. But yeah, it's the hardest trophy in that game, honestly, is I think it's called Play Caller, and basically when you're the goalie or the keeper, you can send out rings, like a path of rings, that will buff your teammates but then once you level up your character enough, the rings dual act, I guess we'll call it, as a debuff to your opposing team, and you kind of got to just try to line the ring up as they're approaching you to score a goal, and you have to catch the ball off of a debuffed chaser, I think is what they're called.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's the only really hard one.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, if you watched the movies though when you were younger, so when you get on the higher difficulties, it feels like a Quidditch match from the movies.
Really?
Like it's fast paced. It's pretty good. I don't really like playing the PvP at all, but
do you have to play on the higher difficulties?
You have to. So yes, you have to. I think to unlock all of the tournaments, you have to play on every difficulty, and each difficulty will unlock a new tournament. But then you can just play on the easiest difficulty if you want to just beat the tournament. So, you do have to play on the higher difficulties. It's not terribly difficult though.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's everything. Now where were we? Okay, first of all, Mads Mikkelsen. I love him as an actor. He's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What was the first thing you remember seeing him in? I think I might know the answer, because I know mine.
I want to say... Wasn't he in Casino Royale?
Ding, ding, ding. That's the first one I remember seeing him in.
Yeah. He was amazing in that.
Oh, he was so good.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite movie he's been in?
Ooh, I can't even think of a lot of them right now, honestly.
He's been in some great ones.
He's been... I keep thinking of the games that he's starred into, like Death Stranding and stuff. I haven't even played Death Stranding.
Oh yeah, he is in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I haven't played Death Stranding yet. I really want to play it, but at this point I'm looking for the PS5 Director's Cut. And that and the Director's Cut of Ghost of Tsushima are very hard to find apparently.
I have both of them digitally, but I would like them physically.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even think of any other movies with him in it. Like honestly, right now.
Let me think. Me and my buddy Eric used to play this game when we'd work at the dining hall at campus, because we both got the student manager, so we'd get headsets, and our boss was cool with it. We would just play a game where we'd pick an actor, and we would just go on the headset back and forth and just name a movie, and whoever couldn't name a movie would like lose. And you could always tell when. And the idea is that you don't look it up or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The funniest thing was, and I think we got comments about it at the time, was people could tell when we were playing it because we would stop in the middle of the dining room hall and be like looking up in the sky trying to like rack our brains to figure out the movies.
the what do you call that? I think there's like a phrase or a word to describe that when you literally look up to think about something.
there's gotta be. I'm gonna look that up actually. But yeah,
makes me think of Scrubs.
He was, I know off the top of my head, he was in so Casino Royale. He was in the Hogwarts movie or the Harry Potter movie, whatever.
Yeah,
Rogue One.
Oh, that's what I was thinking Star Wars, but I'm like, which one was it?
Yeah, he was in Rogue One. He's what's her name's dad. He's the guy that put the exhaust port in the in the Death Star. What is it?
I don't know why I didn't think of that. I just watched that like a couple months ago.
Look up to think. It doesn't look like it has a term, but it's just a thing we do as people.
Mm-hmm.
Visual thinking, maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe, nah. I don't know. More research to come. My favorite Mads Mikkelsen...
Let's call it Scrubs from now on.
Oh, I love Scrubs.
They do that in Scrubs all the time.
All the time. Great. One of my favorite sitcoms. Where's our Scrubs video game?
For real. That's like it's probably literally my favorite show of all time.
Give it to Quantic Dream and have them make like a Detroit Become Human style game, but for Scrubs.
That'd be so random.
Oh, I would love it.
I
You
would
make a
too,
you
but
make
it
a
would just
bad
be
choice.
so out of left field.
Someone dies, and then you're like,
And they play one of the sad songs in
do
the
do
show.
do 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 do. Mads Mikkelsen, to finish the Mads Mikkelsen section of this achievement and trophy hunting podcast, my favorite movie might actually be, I think they're remaking it on kind of unfortunately with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's called Another Round.
Unfortunately, you don't like Leonardo?
It's not that I don't like him, I just don't think that we need to remake all these movies.
Yeah,
Like
we
it's
do.
not
I
even
mean,
it's not even an old movie,
yeah,
but he plays it's a foreign film, so it's subtitled, so you might have to deal with subtitles.
I'm fine with subtitles.
But basically, it's a group of, I think they're all teachers at a school, and they're all friends. And they like to go out and they like to, enjoy themselves and have dinners and drink and whatever. And one of the guys comes across a theory that some philosopher had, I think, where as humans we're not operating at our optimal efficiency until we're, let's call it, slightly buzzed. So our blood alcohol content has to be a certain amount, and we're just naturally not there. So they test out a theory where they start keeping like a consistent buzz throughout their day to see if it like affects them and improves their lives. And it does. And it's really cool. And spoilers, they take it a little too far.
As we all do when
As
it
we
comes to
would.
alcohol.
Very good movie. It's very enjoyable.
What is it called?
It's called Another Round.
I'm gonna look that up or add it to the list.
Yeah, if you don't have a problem with subtitles, it's a great movie.
Not at all. Yeah.
And
you said Another Round.
Yeah, Another Round.
Okay.
And obviously it's a foreign film, and I kind of like foreign films in a little bit in this way, where I guess the best way to describe it is if you're watching Kitchen Nightmares with the Gordon Ramsay show. If you watch the British version compared to the American version, it's an entirely different show.
Yeah, it's funny how there's I feel like there's a decent amount of shows that have an American and a British version. Like there's The Office. There's, of course, I can't think of more than one right now. What else is there?
There's if you ever watch Shark Tank, there's like 5 different European versions, or not European. There's an English version, I believe, and then there's the Australian version, which I believe is called Dragon's Den.
Yeah. There's that car show too. What's it called?
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm thinking of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's called. I think one of them's called Grand Tour. But it was the guys hosting, I guess, the revival of Grand Tour were on another big car show, which is the one that we're thinking of, and I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. But let's circle back to our trophy survivor challenge. Now, you're still in the game.
Yep.
As much as you don't want to be.
Yeah, I'm still 50-50 on it.
Are you?
I'm enjoying the challenges, and it's really pushing me to do stuff that I probably wouldn't normally do. Like I just finished Cuphead, and it's been in my backlog for literal years at this point.
Yeah.
But it felt so good to finish that game. Like I'm only one trophy away from finishing the DLC, all the DLC trophies too, and that's some of the hardest shit that I've done in the last few years, and it's just so rewarding once you get that pop. Like I just gotta there's 6 bosses in the DLC, and they basically rival the difficulty of the last island of bosses in the main game. So they're pretty difficult. And just like the main game, you have to, luckily you don't have to beat them all on expert, but after you beat it, you do have to finish one of them on expert and get an S rank, which basically means perfect in every category, like, finishing with all your health, finishing under a certain time, all these prerequisites. And holy shit, that took me like probably 2 hours of trying over and over and over and basically just beating my head against the wall until I got the perfect run.
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding. Like shit like that is it kind of makes me remember why I trophy and achievement hunt.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I play easy stuff, probably a lot more easy stuff than hard stuff. But when you play something hard and you get past and you get that freaking trophy, that platinum, whatever, it's such a good feeling.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
definitely play more easy stuff now.
yeah, which
Just
is
be,
understandable.
dude. Yeah, when you have a kid, it's like, all right,
Hmm.
do I want to bash my head against the wall, or do I just want
Yeah.
to get through it and look it up? And at this point, it's
Hmm.
more I just want to play as many games as possible and complete them.
Yeah.
Compared to like trying to think what's a really hard game. Well, Cuphead, for example, I'll never touch. Um,
Okay. You don't like platformers, or
no, it's honestly I hate the art style.
really? I love it.
Well, let me clarify.
That's a hot take.
I don't hate it per se. That art style has always made me uncomfortable.
Really?
That like old, like really old Disney, like borderline. I'm not racist, but like there were some racist cartoons in that art style back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah,
But
for
just like,
sure.
not that that's just in general, I've just never liked that art style. I think it's gorgeous,
Mhm.
and it's really cool that they
Yeah.
made a game that looks like that. But just yeah,
Hmm.
it's always made me uncomfortable. Just to close a loop, the show we were thinking of was Top Gear.
Ah, there we go.
Yep.
Thank you. I would have been up all night thinking about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So circling back to Survivor,
Hmm.
because we like to go off on tangents here.
Part of the game.
Um, so I'm 50-50 on it. I do, like I said, really appreciate that it pushes me to do specific things. Currently, the challenge. So after the last few weeks, they basically um, kind of like what they do in normal Survivor. They randomized everybody and basically moved us to two teams instead.
I knew
We
that
were
was
on
coming
three.
soon. I knew it was coming.
Yeah. And currently, our challenge now is to get a platinum with a name starting with each letter, basically with the word TPP. So, or no, TTP. So Trophy Talk Podcast, and then Survivor. And it has to be the actual name of the platinum trophy itself, not the game.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Well, that's
yeah.
interesting. I thought it was the game.
No, it's yeah, which is because, and one of our guys is like, I Google searched you, I couldn't find anything. I'm like, you just kind of have to dig into PSN profiles because there's literally a way that you can actually sort by just platinums and by letters. It was kind of a pain because there's so many Japanese games, and I had to sort through probably 50 pages of Japanese games to start finding the actual English alphabet. But
Hmm.
you'd be surprised. There was like, I think there's like 7 pages of U of games with platinum starting with a U. So
I just tried
it's
googling it real
interesting.
quick. It's not even that simple.
What's not even that simple?
Like I tried googling like platinum trophy starting with the letter U.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's like Reddit posts, and I think it's ABC challenge, A to Z challenges, but I think it's
Yeah,
for like I
you
think
really
those are
gotta
for the
dig into
games, not the actual letter.
yeah, you gotta dig into PSN profiles and
Yeah.
just kind of go through all the sorting options.
Oh,
Um,
that's a tougher one than I thought.
but yeah, it's interesting. The only problem is that one of our team members is on vacation for a week.
Of course he is.
Um,
Oh yeah, and everyone needs to participate, right?
and everyone needs to participate.
Oh,
So
you guys are in trouble.
we're we're kind of on the fence right now. So we're kind of, I mean, we're working through what we got to do, but
Oh, if you guys
it's
lose
kind of
and he's still
thrown
gone, he's gone by default, right?
uh potentially. Um but yeah, so that's kind of thrown a little bit of a wrench to our plans, but we're still getting through some of our games. I left one trophy left for Fallout. I wanted to pop that platinum
Hmm.
so bad because I always, whenever games have
Do
DLC,
it.
I try to get all the DLC trophies
Hmm.
first.
Yeah, and then the platinum just be your last
Um,
one.
yeah,
I get that.
and
Yeah, I do that.
it's
I kind of
such
do
a
that
satisfying
similarly.
feeling. Yeah, and I've been working on that game for the past month and a half. I think I put like almost 70 hours into it, and I literally made a save like 5 minutes away from the ending of the last mission.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I'm not popping that yet, just in case things don't really go the way we want them to.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the flip side though, there are a ton of games that I'm trying to play or have been trying to play, and this keeps setting me back. But
Yep.
luckily, with the wrench that was thrown in with the situation we're in, I mean, it's
I mean, you're done. If you platinum a game, then you're done at this point, right? And you can kind of go on an early vacation.
and that's
Because you
basically
can't.
what I'm
I mean,
doing
you can't.
with Fallout.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's what I'm doing
can't.
with Fallout.
You could keep
'Cause
going, but they still
yeah,
gotta pop a trophy.
yeah, they got to pop a platinum,
Yeah.
and basically, at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense for me to pop it
Hmm.
if we're gonna lose anyways.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why I'm waiting.
on my side of things, I realized, I think I realized early on that I can't hang in this race anymore. And I think it was
Yeah,
like
it's
either the first or second week. I think I realized that. I think it was the first week because it was a struggle for me to even complete one game, and it gave me
mhm,
such anxiety. And then unfortunately, there was an achievement challenge going on at the same time on True Achievements. So, and I
mhm.
was on a team for that, and I was like, I'm gonna.
Oh damn, you really spread yourself thin there.
I didn't intend to. It just kind of lined up.
Yeah.
So I was like, like it got to the point where I was like, look, once we lose a round, I'm just gonna vote myself or tell everyone to vote me out because I can't keep up, and I don't want to hold the team back, and I don't want to get someone else voted off
Mhm.
when I know I'm not going to be in this for the long haul. And as soon as, like, if I tried that game, and I even started to try that game, and then I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I was trying to make some
Mhm.
alliances to vote other people,
Mhm.
and I think I could have done it, but I was just like, it's not. I don't feel good about it. And at the there was a part of me that realized like I don't like the backstabbery part. Like I went into it, I'm like, I'm a team player. Like we're gonna win this thing.
I
And
know that's how I
then
am too.
yeah, and then once it gets down to it, it's like, do I really want to screw someone over like that? I don't know. I'm not that boy no more.
I'm not looking forward to when it gets down to the wire if I'm still in it.
Where you
And
have to like really backstab.
yeah, and it's like, especially with people that I've been on a team with for X amount of time, and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, I don't want to do that. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's not who I am, but it's the nature of the beast, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just like, I can't. And the other big motivator was Astrobot was right around the corner. And then right after that is October, which is I think I have like I think I have three other games coming out at the end of October. And I was just like, if I want to work through
Hmm.
my backlog and I want to tackle some games, I can't do this race anymore.
Yeah.
So I threw in the towel. And unfortunately we couldn't vote for ourselves because I would have done that.
Hmm.
I should have voted for you, even though you weren't on my team. I don't think they would
I
have
don't think it
let
works.
me.
I don't think it works like that.
Yeah. So
They're like, are you confused?
could you imagine if I was wondering that. Could you imagine if a team just like held out and they were just like mutinied and they're like, nah, we're not voting each other out. It's like, well, you got to vote someone. It's like, nah, we're not going to vote anyone out.
And they're just basically on strike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Man, I got a little tickle in my
I feel
throat.
like I feel like Colin would be like, all right, I'm just gonna pick a random number generator,
Yeah,
and
at
I'm
that
voting for
point,
the outfit. You
they'd have to
know?
do that.
Yeah, we got to keep this thing going.
So, speaking of, I think we talked about it last time where the green team, my team, we held all of our answers until the end, and then we
Mhm.
just bombarded everyone at once. Like, here's our 10. Like, we did it, and everyone freaked out.
That's kind of been like the strategy now.
Yeah, everyone freaked out because we did it, but then everyone else can do it.
That's human nature, Ray. We
But
complain about things, but it doesn't mean that we're not gonna do them.
yeah, and they're like, oh, we got feedback, blah blah blah, and it's like, okay, whatever. Like, I get it was a little underhanded, but at the same time, like, the judges can see the results in the group chats.
Yeah.
So I was just, and then just someone else was like, "Well, here's our 10." I'm like, "Excuse me, I don't care if you just wrote down who did it." Like,
You hypocrite.
yeah. So whatever. I said, I knew I wasn't gonna make it after a certain point, so I didn't want to screw someone out of the potential winnings. So, but with
That's
that,
very honorable of you.
oh, I know. It really.
Who says chivalry's dead?
I'll be honest. I wish I could have got more of my chivalrous credit. Like, I went into my group chat immediately and I was like, "Hey guys, I just want to just vote me out. Like, just do that." I really wish they would have just gone ahead and just in the whole group chat be like, "Hey, like, the decision has been made, and Smackerly decided to take one for the team and leave the island voluntarily." I just wanted some sort of credit for doing that. I want people to know I'm a good guy.
You want somebody to see it.
It's like when you give. I guess I'll tell a story. I guess I'll tell a slight tangent, without trying to brag about it. But it like fits perfectly. It's like the one day me and Amanda, we went to Chipotle I think it was before Sammy was born, and there was a homeless man sitting outside. So I went in, and I just had like this urge in me. Like, I don't know what it was, but something was tugging at me. So we go in and we order our food, and then I was just like, as we slid down, I'm like, "Oh, can I also get like a chicken and rice bowl and then a bottle of water and this and that?" And Amanda's like, she's like, "Is that for the homeless guy?" I'm like, "Yeah, it is." And I went out, gave him the food, and he seemed appreciative, like, of course. But I don't, and I know I told it here, but I'd never really like to tell those kinds of stories when you do something like that, because it's like, that's not the point. But in this instance, where I voluntarily gave up my shot at $200, I want recognition. I want people to know I'm good.
The funny thing that you bring that up, it always makes me think
Were you the homeless guy?
I was. You didn't even recognize me.
I didn't.
No.
It's because you weren't wearing your glasses. It was a Superman situation.
Exactly. Because I wasn't wearing my shirt that says "I buy achievements."
Oh, that's true. Well, don't worry. We'll talk about that one day. But you know what? You know what? Okay, you go first, and then I was going to segue. But yeah, you go first. Finish your thought.
I was just going to say real quick. It always makes me think of when people bring up buying food for homeless people. You
got to record it.
Makes me think of this one time. Huh?
You got to record it. HD.
Exactly. No, but my years ago when my sister was dating this guy, like he became like one of my best friends. Like, we just had so much in common. He was homeless too. No, he did it Subway all the time, and he actually bought. I think he bought like an extra sandwich. He saw a homeless guy outside, and he offered it to him, and he's like, actually no thanks. I'm a vegetarian, and I'm like, he told me that, and I was like, how do you turn down food? I think at that point, your principles, I think, go out the window when it comes to your eating preferences. Like, would you rather starve, or would you rather stick to your guns and tell people that I'm a vegetarian?
Yeah. Like, when I got the guy of the bowl at Chipotle, I was like, I kind of thought in that way. I'm like, I need to get this guy, some sort of food, but I need to get him like, I don't know what his dietary restrictions might be if there were any, but I was like, a chicken and rice bowl is pretty universally like okay, like, unless he was also a vegetarian. But
maybe it's the same guy.
I don't know. I don't think he spoke. I don't think he spoke much English though. I didn't really hear him too much. It's kind of mumbly. So, spoiler, guys. I'm a good guy all around. So, don't.
At least in public.
One of my ex-girlfriends would not agree to that, but
as they never do.
I mean, it was a middle school relationship. It did not end well. It was not.
Do middle school relationships really even count?
That's the thing. Yes and no, I guess. They do and they don't in the grand scheme, I suppose.
Like, I feel like those are barely relationships. But
yeah, they're testing. You got to learn you got to practice.
Yeah, I suppose.
I was not nice. I'll just go into here. I'm also not a nice guy sometimes. when we broke up, I don't know. Maybe was dating another guy too, whatever that means in middle school. You know?
Right?
Yeah,
Oh, I
exactly.
held
It's
another
not.
guy's hand.
It's like we're not at that stage where we're like sleeping with each. Ideally, we're not sleeping
Yeah.
with each other. So it's
Well,
like,
yeah.
yeah, they're like holding hands or whatever else. Dude, I was
Yeah.
so mad. And clearly my buddies were on my side. We
Mhm.
called her names, of course,
Mm.
as one does. But we were pretty relentless with it. To the point where I got called into the principal's office, I believe twice.
Dang.
Yeah, it was not a proud moment for me, and I think a year or two ago, I messaged her on Facebook, and I don't think she's active on Facebook. Like, just like apologizing and explaining, like, I was an angry dumb kid, type
Probably,
of
who the hell
deal.
are you?
Really, just trying to like really apologize to her. And
Mhm.
at
Was that for
some,
you or for her?
was that?
Was that for you or for her?
I just felt like I had to do it at some point, and I was like,
Yeah.
it was an apology for her. I'm like, I think I even put in there, I'm like, I don't know if you'll even see this, but I just need to at least try. And at some point, she deactivated her Facebook, so I think she was so overwhelmed with how good of a guy I was that
I had to
she
guess.
just locked it down.
She's like, well, quitting Facebook.
Yep, exactly. She's like, I got what I wanted after all this time.
That was it.
Just
Pack it up.
I just imagine it's the late Andre Bauer on the other side of the screen. Her reading that. Have you ever seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
Where he just claps his hands and go. This is her on the other end. Claps her hands. Just vindication. Rest in peace, Andre Bauer. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Did you like the last season?
Yeah, I liked all of it.
Did it really throw you through a loop when they went to a new network and were allowed to curse but had to bleep it out?
Kinda, sorta.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Mm-hmm. A little jarring.
Because it was like, on the one hand, I'm fine with it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, you guys just weren't cursing as like cops for 6-7 years at this point.
Right.
Just now it's like now you overheard mommy and daddy saying a bad word, and now you're like, I'm going to use these.
Got all these new words in my vocabulary.
Speaking of which, Sammy, that's one of Sammy's favorite words now is shit.
Nice.
He just goes, oh shit. I'm like, oh, dude, like, where'd you learn this?
You're like, you could at least tell me when you take a shit.
Yeah, I know, he's getting there. He's getting there. Dude,
yeah.
The cutest thing the other night, when he wouldn't go to sleep, or I was trying to get him to sleep, he's memorized words and songs and numbers and things like that. And we're laying in bed, and he just goes, I just hear him whispering like towards me. He's like, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Like, in that cadence. It's adorable.
Yeah.
And then he
How old is he now?
He's like, he's 2. Technically, like, I'd say maybe 26 months, right?
Okay,
yeah, 26 months almost.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nailed it. I know my kid's age. I'm not that type of parent yet. And then, dude, I'll bring it up in a little bit. But okay, so yeah, speaking of you buying things, you bought an Xbox Series X.
I did.
Tell me about your experience. And just so you're aware, the title of this video and the thumbnail will be Gary chose an Xbox Series X over a PS5 Pro.
100%.
And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to Photoshop your face onto Drake's body for the meme, or if we should really just stop promoting Drake. Put you on the Hotline Bling meme.
If we don't, who will?
Who knows? Maybe P. Diddy?
But I've only put maybe a few hours in so far, but I've kind of just dabbled in a few things, and I'm loving it. I told you the other night that I thought that Quick Resume was like the best feature ever.
Dude, it's so good.
It's so cool. Like, and I looked it up because I wasn't sure how many games you could really have in Quick Resume at once. And I guess with newer games, you can have, I think, like up to like 3, but older like backwards compatible games stack on top of that, so you can have like another like 2 or 3 going if you have like 360 or Xbox original Xbox games in the background,
Yeah, because
which is awesome.
I remember when they first started it, they said it was 3, and then I've checked
Hmm.
recently, and I'm at like 4 or 5, and I
Yeah,
didn't know if they
yeah,
like increased the program or whatever. But dude, the
it's
smart
so
delivery is
cool.
so, or not smart delivery. Well, smart delivery is nice too, in its own way,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the yeah, the quick resume is so good, and I wish PlayStation had it more, other than like the last game you were playing.
Hmm.
Like it's still
Yeah,
that's still cool, but like I thought the game switcher was essentially the same thing, but it's not. It just keeps track of what you were playing last, and it's like, all right, we'll boot this up now.
yeah, and I never use that anyways. I
No,
mean, I
I've
just
never used the game switcher.
same. Yeah.
Just like
Um, eh,
I'm trying to
Go
think.
ahead.
What was the? Remember they had all those cards at the start of PS5, and then they just kind of disappeared. Like the card system, I thought was terrible to begin with.
Oh, were you like activity cards and stuff? Like, oh,
Yeah,
resume your
those where it's
activity.
like, oh, you want to do this activity? Like you're
I never
25
did
minutes
that.
away. Like I was like, who wants to
Yeah, I
play
never
games
used
like
that.
this?
That and that wasn't even accurate. A lot of the
No.
times were horribly inaccurate. Like, oh yeah, you're on this mission. It's going to take this long, and it's either like way shorter or way longer. I'm like, okay.
And then what about
And it's like a linear game like Spider-Man or something.
I used them for a little bit, or whenever they're available. I forget. Maybe I used them for Astro. I think I really only used them for Astro's Playroom. The
Hmm.
the like quick guides.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Cool
I've
concept,
been
but
using
like without anyone like actually doing them, like it's kind of just a waste.
I'm using the game help
Yeah,
for Astrobot. Like whenever basically I'll do levels blind on my own,
yeah,
and then I'll try, I'll try to find everything I can, and then if I'm missing something, I'll just use the game help, which is so much better than having to look on the actual like my phone or whatever.
yeah. I think it's the same thing. I think that's
Yeah,
what I was talking about, right? Is that what it was called?
yeah.
Where
I'm
you
pretty
click
sure
on
it's
the
called game
trophy and it's
help.
like,
Yeah.
here's a video for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have you done the birds yet in Astro's Playroom?
The birds.
So when you revisit a level, you can spend 200 coins at the beginning and pull out a
Oh
bird that
yeah.
will guide you to like.
Yeah. Yeah. I did find that, but I'm also like I don't really want to spend my coins on that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but I tested out because I had heard that the 360 Fallout games run at 60 with FPS boost on the Series X because I've been playing. I just finished New Vegas on PS3, which runs like hot ass, and I tested it, and oh, it's like a dream. The load times are like basically instant. It runs at like a smooth 60 FPS. Unfortunately, look, it's still they updated Fallout 3 to like 4K or 1440p or something,
Hmm.
but New Vegas is still stuck at 720p. It still looks okay. I honestly I would take the frame rate and the load times over the graphics any day of the week.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely.
but I might because I've actually back when it came out, that's the platform that I started it on. I have like 4 achievements. I
Hmm.
might eventually go back maybe next year after I finish the series on PlayStation. I might replay that game and go for the achievements again on Xbox because with that, I can actually take my time and explore everything like I normally play Fallout games. Because with the PS3 version, there's the larger your save file, the more the game crashes and the slower it gets. So I
Hmm.
basically like made a beeline to things that were trophy related. I didn't even like take my time and explore like I normally would, which sucks because I love just exploring in Fallout games. That's one of the main reasons I play them. But I might just replay it, take my time. You know what I mean? Still go for the
Yeah,
achievements, but
I have
it's
so
it.
many. I think I have 3 Fallout games. I just haven't, or I guess technically 4 with Shelter.
They're so good.
I have so many that I just have that I haven't.
Don't do Shelter,
I already started it. I
but
was I,
it's soul destroying.
I was very upset that the what do you call it? The Fallout Shelter mobile version isn't like linked up to like Xbox in some way now that they
No,
own them.
it's separate, yeah.
Yeah. So I was
But
just like, ah,
The Fallout Shelter, um, Platinum slash Xbox 100%. It's I just did like I said, I just did the Platinum. Finished it a few weeks ago, and it's soul destroying.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can get a good chunk of them fairly easily. Like I was playing casually, just like every day, like how you're quote unquote supposed to play it. But then they start time gating the hell out of everything, and I learned that you can literally just change the clock to instantly like go past the time gates.
Mm-hmm.
And even with that, and buying Nuka Cola Quantum and buying lunch boxes, which give you like it's like they're basically loot boxes. And the kennels, which give you like a random animal that give you like stat boosts and stuff. I bought all three of those things on sale, and I used those, and I sped up time by changing the clock, and it still took me like 40 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to shoot myself at the end of it. Some of the last few trophies / achievements are horrible. Like there's one for I'm trying to think. Basically, the worst ones are getting 20 legendary armors and 20 legendary guns because you only get so many from like wandering the wasteland, like sending your people out wandering the wasteland, and from finding on quests. Luckily, I got lucky at the end, but there's kind of an exploit where if you own some of the legendary armors and weapons, and you send your people on a quest before you have them finish the quest, if you have them unequip them, sometimes it'll count that as you bringing it back and like adding it to your inventory. Because I think I ended up getting those at like 16 and 18 instead of 20. So I mean, it would have taken me even longer if that didn't work. So those were soul destroying, and then it was a giant pain in the ass getting 100 vault dwellers to buy all the rooms, because after like 40, you start getting attacked by death claws and they just annihilate everybody. So, but yeah, anyways, it's just, yeah, it's not fun. You do you, but I definitely don't recommend it. I just did it because I'm a masochist and I'm trying to do every single Fallout Platinum / 100% on PlayStation, and I forced myself to play the shittiest version of New Vegas, and I'm going to do the same thing with 3 in the next few months just to have them all. So, yeah. Do you have anything else to say about the Series X? It loads extremely fast, way faster than my One X did. It boots up in like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. What else did I try? Hellblade looks fantastic on it. Like literally, probably some of the best graphics I've ever seen in my life. I think that was. Oh, Gears 3 looks great on it too.
Yeah, Gears 3 does look
I
really
kind of
good.
Yeah, I booted it up. I think they upscale it to 4K. It looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's running at 60, but I mean it's Gears. It doesn't really matter. It still feels the same. So, but yeah, I'm just the only thing I'm kind of disappointed, and it's not the Series X's fault. It's Microsoft / the developer's fault. But there's some games that never got the Series X / Series S optimization treatment
Mm-hmm.
that I own on disc, because I was filling out my Xbox One collection over the last few years, and like Quantum Break still runs at 30,
Mm-hmm.
Sunset Overdrive, like game. I mean, I have a really solid gaming PC, so I
Yeah,
mean, I could just play
Insomniac,
them
stop
on
making the
there.
next Spider-Man and Wolverine and get on that optimization.
For real, release it on PS5, dog. But it's yeah. I mean, like I said, I can play them on my PC if I really want to play them at 60 or whatever. But that's the only disappointing thing. And like I said, it's not the console's fault. It's just the developer's fault for moving on from those
Mm-hmm.
games and never going back. But that's the only thing. But yeah, I'm super happy with it so far, and I'm actually really excited to play. Believe it or not, I'm actually kind of borderline more excited to play backwards compatible shit on it.
Oh, I love, dude. The backwards compatible stuff is so great.
It's so good.
So good.
Like PlayStation, fucking take notes.
I mean, they're getting there,
I
but
mean Sony.
it's in just such a, and the rumors are that they're working on it, but it's in such a convoluted way right now. I just
It
wish they could
is.
be native, but they had to be weird with the PS3 architecture. So
Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm glad they're releasing there's actually a decent collection of PS1, PSP, and PS2 games
Uh-huh.
available now.
But
But
PS3s you can only stream.
but it's where's where's PS3 and where's
They're working on it.
I don't know. But it's just I understand the PS3's architecture was really difficult to work on,
Mm-hmm.
so they can't really port over stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is, I guess.
All right. So now let's dive into some quick news stories. I've got 3 pulled up here.
Mhm.
Since we were already talking about PlayStation, we'll just keep diving into that. The Pro was announced, and along with that, they have just announced there's going to be a 30th anniversary limited edition PS5 Pro and PS5 Slim, right? Slim? PS5
Yeah, I think it's
Pro.
fun.
There's a limited edition. They're themed after the PS1 because that's what they like to do. There's a PS5 DualSense. There's a PS5 Portal, the PS5 Pro. Or I'm sorry, a PS1 themed DualSense Portal and the systems. I don't see pricing on any of these, but apparently they'll be released on the 21st. Pre-orders start on the 26th, and I want the controller at least.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'll put a picture up here of all of it, but yeah, it looks so nice. I have the DualShock 4 PS1 version, and thankfully I can use that to play PS5 or play PS4 games. I think on the PlayStation 5. I think that's the only limitation. Oh, I want to get this controller so bad.
Have you gone back to the PS4 controller since playing PS5?
Yeah, I hate it.
Me too. It
I
feels
don't
like
like it.
it feels like a cheap toy.
Now, it doesn't feel as bad as PS3 or PS2 controllers. Those things were garbage. Those felt like they were made by Mad Cats.
Although when PS2 when that was the main console, they did feel good. Like when we didn't have anything to compare them to.
PS3 always felt like crap though.
I actually got an adapter for my PS2 and PS3, and actually technically PS1, and it lets me use my PS5 controller natively on all of those. Like,
ooh,
it's nice.
Nice. I'm gonna tell Mr. Sony he's gonna ban you.
Do it.
Do it. You won't.
Right, coward.
So let's see. Yeah, I guess you can buy them all separately if you wanted. So there's 2. It looks like maybe there's either 2 versions of the DualSense, or maybe one's like an elite version. I don't know. It looks really cool though. I like it a lot.
I feel like those are going to be sold out immediately as soon as they go up.
Oh yeah. All right, now moving over to the Xbox side. I just saw this article, and I wanted to share it because I like the franchise.
Sharing is caring.
Darksiders 2 Deathinitive Edition, which is the definitive edition, but they decided to get quirky with the name. We'll be getting a free Xbox Series X and S upgrade next month. It looks like they're doing a remaster for the X and S, and if you have the original Xbox One, or not the original, the Xbox One remaster, the definitive edition, you'll get a free upgrade, which is cool.
That's so random. Why'd they choose that one out of like the 4 that are available?
I think it's because
you think they would choose like 3 because that's the newest one, or like
3. Yeah, 3's more recent. I knew they wouldn't.
I guess
they wouldn't do
Genesis. That one's. I don't think that one did very well.
Genesis is sitting on my bookshelf. I think I got it for pretty cheap, but yeah.
I do want to play it at some point though.
But I really like the Darksiders games. I adore the first one specifically.
Me too. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of anything that kind of like plays with like the Catholic and Christian religion like that. Really, I like those kinds of stories. But yeah, that upgrade is going to release on the 15th, and then bringing it full circle back to Dead Rising, with Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster coming out. I think it's already out, right? At the time of recording, the digital version.
Yes. Yep. As of today, actually.
Yeah, our boy Skrillis bought it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a physical one's coming out in a few weeks. I think it is
I think it's October/November. What are you saying?
November. Sounds right.
Okay.
But anyway, this comes from, yeah, I'm seeing this on True Achievements, written by Tom West. Just for full disclosure, Tom West wrote the Darksiders article, and then Cass Airleys Stephenson wrote the PlayStation article I referenced. I'll link them all in the description below. But Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, which is a remaster of the first game, the second remaster, tweaks the original list of Xbox achievements in a good way. So they're getting rid of, it looks like, some of the harder and more ridiculous achievements, and they're swapping them out
Like
with
what?
easier ones. Let's see.
Because when I looked, the 70 survivor and like the 50 survive, saving 50 survivors and
Mhm.
stuff like that were still in there.
So those are still there, but it looks like, let's see. The perfect gunner achievement found in the original, which requires you to empty a magazine gun without missing, or a machine gun magazine without missing a shot, was a difficult task to accomplish without a glitch that allowed for a hanging carcass to use as target. I didn't think that'd be tough, but okay. Has been
I don't, I
removed
don't,
along
I don't
with the
remember that being tough at all.
achievements. I mean, you just gotta be careful with your shots. Along with the achievements for spending a certain amount of time indoors and outdoors. Awesome. You'll also only need to break 30 items instead of the original 100, jump a car or motorcycle at least 33 feet instead of doing them individually, fire 300 bullets instead of 1,000. And some of the new tasks are defeating 100 enemies with a rocket launcher and punting a golf ball 100 meters. So it seems, I mean, some of the hard ones are still there, but it seems like some of the more BS ones are kind of gone,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. I'm not looking forward to going back and redoing those, but
I
that's
still need to go back and do the original on PlayStation. I did most of it on the 360 when it came out. I think it stopped at like 750 gamer score. I
yeah. I
did
mean,
like a good chunk of it.
I have the 360 version. I've got the Xbox One remaster. I'm almost done with Dead Rising off the record. I've got Dead Rising
Yeah.
4 to do. So at this point, I'm not going to pick this version up for a little bit just because I don't want to just add another one to my backlog pile. And plus,
Yeah.
I'm already spending enough this holiday season on video games. So,
Mm-hmm.
another cool thing I'm really glad they're keeping the tradition alive is every achievement is 20 gamer score.
Yeah, I like that too.
For some reason, I just like that. I don't even. I enjoy it.
Me too.
But so those are that. I had a main topic about our backlog, but we'll just tackle that next time.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a viewer submitted question. Let me see.
From who?
Did I write my own? No, I didn't. Okay. Viewer submitted question from my little buddy Christian. Actually, let me see if my other buddy also commented a question. Probably save it for next week. Nope, just Christian. And you may be able to answer this.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get Gears of War's hardest achievements?
How do you get them?
Yeah,
Like, is
well,
he
playing the
literally
game.
asking?
I mean, there you go.
Well,
We answered
yeah.
the question.
Is he asking? I don't understand the question. I mean, you just do what's required. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. He could
I
be
don't.
asking maybe what we think is the hardest achievement. We could take it that way, or we could just go
I
game by
guess.
game.
Yeah. I mean,
If he
not
wants,
to
if he wants to know,
not to
we'll
beat
go
it.
game by game.
Okay. I was gonna say seriously in like every single one of them.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's yeah.
Let's see. Let's go to. We'll start with Gears 1. The obvious answer, seriously. I guess it's just seriously, right? Is
It's
it
just
called
called
seriously gameplay?
seriously. Yeah,
Gears of War.
because that was before the whole trend started.
Yeah, let's see. Was there DLC for the first game? There was DLC for the first game.
Mm-hmm. It was
But yeah,
it was
it's
just
gonna be seriously, like without a doubt,
100,
10,000 kills. Mainly just because you have to,
yeah,
for them to count, they have to be in a
has to be
six-player game.
ranked. That I think it has to be ranked too, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's 10,000 ranked
Yeah,
kills.
it was super difficult to boost.
Yep. And I've got a bunch left. So, yeah, kill 10,000 people in versus ranked match total. Also the tracking was always kind of finicky, so that was the hardest part
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
Gears of War 2. Um, let's see. Gears 2, probably the easiest Gears of War. Um,
I'm kind of curious. Someone's gonna bring up the list too.
I would say probably the hardest Gears of War 2 achievement. Hmm.
Yeah, because seriously, in that you could farm from any game mode, so it was a lot easier.
Yeah. Honestly, I would maybe say that Horde the Horde, which is the survival 50 waves of Horde. Oh wait, no. No, not that one. Isn't there one for um there's got to be one for beating Horde on like insane, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was.
Let's see.
Um, let me see.
Doing a little research.
Team survived all 50 horde waves. What else we got?
There had to have been one for insane.
I feel like I remember there being one. And I'm scrolling, looking too.
Not seeing it.
Unless it was in the later games, like 3.
Unless it was. I mean, 3 has its own issues, but
Yeah.
um, win a wingman match. No, not that. Complete one wave through flashback maps. God, I loved Gears of War 2. There's such a good,
Me
great
too.
game.
Me too. Yeah. If 3 didn't exist, 2 would be my favorite.
Yeah, definitely. Um, honestly,
None of them really that hard. They're just a lot of them just grindy, especially the ones they added.
yeah,
They have
maybe.
the reach level 100 to win a match. I mean, this is DLC. I don't know if that counts,
Are you
but
looking at the Snowblind maps?
yeah, reach level
Veteran
100 to win a
gear.
match on each of the 4. Yeah. That's just, I mean, that's just grindy though. That's not only hard.
Yeah, that might be the
None of them are.
hardest. That might be the hardest one. 'Cause I'm not seeing one to beat on Legend or Insane, but
I don't see that
I
either.
really remember that being one.
Yeah, I think we're probably thinking of 3. I'm pretty sure 3 has that.
Uh, yeah, so that's gonna be it. It's called Veteran Gear for Gears 2. Reach level 100 and win a match on each of the 4 Snowblind maps. I think that's probably the hardest one.
Hmm. I think
Gears
so too.
3, the answer is pretty obvious,
Yeah.
and that is Seriously 3.0. You have to get level 100, and you have to get, what is it, every Onyx medal, or is it just a certain amount?
30, I think. Oh no, it is every Onyx medal.
It's every Onyx
Looking
medal.
at it right now.
Slowly chipping
Yeah,
away at it. This guy.
literally on. It has a 1% on true achievements.
It's tough because it's
Yeah,
just, well, no, it's not. There's
I
two.
wouldn't.
The only tough ones would be the horde related ones
Mm-hmm.
where you just have to beat them on insane. Because other than that, the only hard part is the fact that it's such a time commitment.
Yeah.
Because you can do most of them in just like bot matches, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's Seriously 3.0 easy. Definitely the hardest.
Speaking of Gears 3 Horde mode, when are you gonna help me with some of these DLC achievements?
I'll play that nonstop. It's always installed on the system, my guy.
I gotta do same. I gotta do the
Oh,
50 Ways of
that's
Horde
what we
on
co-opted,
Phoenix
right?
Rising. What was that?
You helped me with the boss fight, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I knew we did something on Xbox, but I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
remember. So Gears, we'll move right along. Gears
Judgment.
Gears Tactics I haven't played. I'm just
Yeah.
going down the list at this point. So
Okay.
Gears Tactics I haven't played, so I don't know. I would assume there's a insane difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of jumping all over. Gears of War Judgment. Also an easy Gears of War completion, although technically not anymore because a couple of the achievements have been discontinued. Which actually might not be.
It looks like
One
it's
of the,
not. It's not. It's
one of the Gears
partly.
one of the Gears 3 ones is partially discontinued, but you can still get it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let's see what the partial one discontinued, one partially discontinued. Win the Onyx War Supporter medal. But I think that's like in Gears 3 where they kind of just give it to you at this point.
Mm-hmm. Although the percentage is really 2%. That's really low. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I would say other than that, probably attain all stars on insane difficulty is probably the hardest.
See, I was going to go with Golden Artifacts, which I think is a DLC achievement
What
where
was that one?
you have to win a public/ranked game of execution on Museum with all players using gold characters and weapon skins.
Mm.
And I remember those gold weapon skins being pretty tough to get. And same with the gold character skin. And then you had to coordinate with, was it 8 people? 10 people?
Oh shit. Okay.
To make sure they all had it. I think that's the hardest one for sure.
Okay.
Although the cool thing is that that museum map is really cool because it has like Unreal Tournament weapons in the museum.
Oh, nice.
So like the flat cannons in there, it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah, because I'm only sitting at. I still need. Is there an easy way to see? That's the only thing I don't like about true achievements. Like when you're looking at the game page, I feel like it's not very clear.
Whoa, jeez, the fuck happened
What?
here? I'm looking at Gears 4. 40
Yeah, Gears.
partially discontinued achievements.
Yeah.
I don't know why I clicked on it and it's giving me even story missions. I don't know why that's partially discontinued. Yeah, and there's like
40,
co-op
Jesus.
versus. Yeah, I don't understand the
It's
criteria.
literally a quarter. It's literally a quarter of the achievements. It's nuts.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand the criteria for that. So
Same.
But as far as the hardest for Gears 4,
Probably seriously 4.0.
probably that's what I was thinking.
Complete insane campaign, ribbons, rank placements, horde maps, re-ups, classes, and 5 skills. It sounds like a lot.
There you go. We'll call that one. Yeah, that's the hardest.
Yeah.
Gears. I'm just jumping around a little bit. I think we got 2 more. Gears Ultimate Edition, which is the first game again. The hardest one's the Seriously 1.0 again.
Yeah.
Not that any of them are really hard in this one, and I think you can do it in like not private matches, but just normal campaign matches.
Mm-hmm.
I think even still, I think that's just the hardest one, or not campaign. I mean, like casual matches.
Yeah. The hardest part is actually connecting to the servers in that version.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because they always go down.
Oh yeah. And then the hardest Gears 5 achievement, I would probably say is probably either Gears or Seriously 5.0 chapter 1. For some reason that's the title. Or something like the Iron Man trophy achievement, or like the permadeath. I think that's Iron Man though. I think you have to beat it on like a certain difficulty.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
I'm still tempted to say seriously. That sounds.
Seriously is tough because it's such a time commitment for sure.
Yeah.
All those re-ups. What do they think?
I'm
This
sorting
is Call of Duty World at War.
for real. I'm sorting by true achievement score, and that one's like way above everything else.
Gryffindor.
Huh?
You said you were sorting.
Oh.
That's what the hat does.
Yeah.
But there you go, Christian. Those are how you get the hardest achievements. So
You're welcome.
yeah, he was one of my. I mean, we're good friends now. We stopped talking for a little bit. In high school, he was in my like achievement group. We were really good friends. We tackled like Gears 2 like it was nothing. It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the day.
I think 2 is the one I played the most.
All right, and it is getting a little late on my end. So, real quick, recommend a game I talked about earlier, Hoa, on screen some footage right now. Beautiful game. Short and simple. If you had games with gold during that month before they stopped doing them, you got it for free. So go check it out. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know what it. Let's see what it costs, but I think it's worth it. Stunning game. Music's great. Sammy was a big fan, which is always nice. And yeah, I mean, I've said all I can really say at this point. And Gary, do you have a recommendation for the kids?
Let's see. I'm doing scrolling through my last little bit.
Is it on Xbox? Is it on PlayStation?
I've only put in a few hours. Say it again.
Oh, it was on PlayStation as well. Okay. It has a platinum.
Okay.
It doesn't count for the true. Ooh, it's got more golds than bronze. I'm always out for looking for that.
Ooh, that's like a Rattle game.
The platinum completion percentage on True or PSN profiles is 81.62%.
Oh, sheesh.
It's not a hard game. It's very strict. There's like a couple missables, but there's chapter select. So
yeah.
Let me see how much. I'm gonna look it up. See how much HOA is. Or if you missed it, Xbox. The game costs. $15. Little steep. I would maybe wait for a sale, but also it's a stunning game, so if you're into it.
What was I gonna say? I've only put a few hours into it, but check out Cult of the Lamb. It's
there's a new version of that out, right?
Yeah, it's on PS Plus. It was one of the games of the month, and this month I think, or last month, can't remember which. But it's really fun. It's basically a mixture of I
got 3 different versions.
A roguelite dungeon crawler mixed with town building elements. You basically have a cult, hence the name. And you have to keep your people, your little animal people, fed. You got to clean up their poop and their puke to make sure that you literally have a cleanliness bar that you have to maintain for your town. Otherwise, people get sick. You basically unlock buildings by getting. They all kind of tie together. So when you're dungeon crawling, you find things that tie into unlocking other things for your town. And obviously, to be able to feed your town, you have to go out and forage, which you do while you're fighting enemies in the dungeons. And the cool thing is, you unlock things it goes both ways. You unlock things in the town that help you in the dungeons, so it kind of just feeds back to that gameplay loop. I'm really enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I did want to play it at some point.
Yeah,
if you're gonna get it, go for the Sinful Edition. That's the complete version of the game.
But I will give a disclaimer. Digging into the forums a little bit for on PSN profiles, the 2 free DLC packs that are included with the latest version, they actually double or triple the platinum time. Because they tie all of the new things in with the original requirements for the platinum, unfortunately. I wanted to get a physical copy anyways, so I went the physical route, and I'm playing it without the patch. So if you do that, it's only about 15 to 20 hours of platinum. If you play it digital with the latest updates, you're looking at like 45.
Yeah, so just cheat.
Not really cheating, but you know. But yeah, I figured I'd at least throw that out there. I know.
Good choice.
You know, not everybody is 100%er. Like those with like those of us with the sickness. But I figured I would throw that out there just in case. I'm probably gonna do the DLC anyways, but I would rather the platinum take less time and then just focus on the DLC after, you know.
Very good.
So, but like I said, I wanted the physical copy anyways, so it kind of was a win-win.
Dude, I'm finding like all new holes in this underwear on the other side now too.
Just throw them out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. And with that comes the end to another episode. Here, hang on, just give me a sec. Hang on. You hear that?
Nope.
Yeah, well, it's on my mind.
Probably didn't want it. Probably
Yeah.
didn't want it.
Basically, there's just nothing between me and my shorts at this point.
Oh.
Yep. But
Oh,
with
tease
that,
me with
another
good
episode of Platinum Achievements comes to an end. Amanda's in the room giving me death stares because she wants to go to sleep, so we're gonna do that. Oh, there's the middle finger. Gary, as always, thanks for joining me, my boy.
I like her already.
I will try to have these posted post haste. The goal is to have a new episode out every Friday or Saturday. We'll get better at consistency. But Gary, thanks for joining me, my buddy, and I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Keep on
Y'all
running,
have a
boys
good
and
night.
girls. Bye.
Bye.